My people, no be small thing, no. Hey, hey. No be small, no wonder. El-Rufai don finally come bust the secret mission of Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the new president wey Nigeria get. Oh, no be small thing, no. El-Rufai dey let us understand, say, why they run up and down to try to stop Peter Obi make no be president. He said because their secret agenda na for them to make Muslim dey rule. They no even dey think about the citizen. Now El-Rufai come outside publicly, no be say na this on a side talk, abi na audio record leak. This one a confirm wey dey talk, the video and he know say this video dey go to social media. He say now Christian no go fit rule again for Nigeria. Now El-Rufai dey let us understand, say all this wey be say Tinubu win, all the Christian people they don run enter. Now na Muslim na icon dey rule, just the way dem do for Kaduna. Na the same thing na icon see dey all over the Nigeria. So my people, no be small thing, no. This matter of El-Rufai don go viral for all over the social media. Say so you now don put sansan for inside Tinubu garri, don put stain for Tinubu name. Even if Tinubu sef no get that kind plan, what be say Tinubu just choose not people based on say make it for win this election, because Tinubu know say if he choose from south, nobody go vote for him. Just because he won't vote from the north side, he can't go decided to choose Shetima. Shetima self can't be Muslim. Now El-Rufai don't come outside to come tell us the secret agenda of the APC. Say now the APC go to decided to go for Muslim because they no want Christian to the rule. My people, not be smart, you know. Now El-Rufai say nothing go make Christian person become president or get any position for Nigeria. Say if they want make peace continue to the reign for Nigeria, make everywhere they peaceful, Muslim will continue to the rule. If they no want that Muslim ticket, now be say una wahala go dey happen. Now El-Rufai talk that one with your full chest. So my people, make una go hear from El-Rufai. Make una go hear wetin El-Rufai talk, wey be say draw many people attention, wey people dey talk say, hey, APC, this one na on agenda, this one na be on a mission. Finally, El-Rufai don come outside to come expose, to come confess, my people. Make una go hear from El-Rufai.
El-Rufai was caught in a video while addressing a group of Islamic scholars, saying the Muslim governorship ticket in the state will be sustained beyond 20 years by the grace of God. According to El-Rufai, and I quote, "What we succeeded in doing in Kaduna has now been repeated across the country. There is no liar that would come out and build his political campaign in the name of Christianity and win election. Peter Obi has tried it, but you have seen where he is now." End of quote. In the viral video on social media, El-Rufai further said that the victory of Bola Tinubu had silenced the Christian Association of Nigeria, adding that he will sustain an Islamic-dominated government for 20 years and unending not only in Kaduna State, but in Nigeria at large.
Duk da taron dangin da aka yi, duk da addini da aka yi amfani da shi, Allah ya ba Asiwaju nasara. Abinda muka samu muka yi a Kaduna yanzu an yi shi a ƙasa gaba daya. Babu wani makareci da zai zo ya ce zai fito ya ce shi zai yi siyasa na Kiristanci ya ci zabe. Peter Obi yayi ga inda yake. An yi maganin wannan, dole suka yi shiru. Tun da Asiwaju ya ci zabe kan tsit. To da haka ne za a samu zaman lafiya a ƙasar nan. To shi ma ka gani aka sake aka ƙara sai komi sai ya. Wallahi abinda muka yi kenan, kuma ni da wasu daga cikin mu a ganin mu mun gama aikin.
Joining us now from Kaduna State to react to the viral video of Nasir El-Rufai is Reverend John Joseph Hayab, Chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria in Kaduna State. Good morning and welcome to the morning show, Reverend Hayab.
Thank you and good morning to all Nigerians.
Well, Reverend Hayab, yesterday we took a look at this same video And I was expressing the view that we are in the age of artificial intelligence, where robots are, being used to say all kinds of things. And that perhaps, this could be an artificial intelligence, conditioned video. But if it is not, since it has not been denied by the outgone governor of Kaduna State, was he not in actual fact stating the truth? That the Christian community was so absent-minded, it allowed itself to be deceived. And now after the fact, Christian Association of Nigeria is now complaining and all of that. The Muslim proposition, was it not obvious enough?
Let me thank you for inviting me, and to be honest with you, this video in the first place is real because that is El-Rufai for you. Some of us have known El-Rufai for saying these kind of things, for plotting these kind of issues, and for masterminding this whole thing. But many people thought we were just fighting or we're stopping him for something else. God has helped us for him to come out publicly and make Nigerians know who exactly is El-Rufai. If you have known El-Rufai in the past 20 years, and you watch this video now, then you will know that this is the El-Rufai you know, because El-Rufai have not changed. El-Rufai just remain a chameleon. El-Rufai just remain a pretense. El-Rufai just remain who he is every day, thinking he will outsmart people by playing games. But God has helped us that he openly say out his mind. But let me put it clear, that for even thinking that the victory of Asiwaju was a Muslim thing shows the problem with the man called El-Rufai. You see, the problem with the man is inferiority. The man is actually living in complex. Every day he thinks people look down on me. People see I'm not fit to be. So he said things to show his might. He acted in a way to show his might. Everybody knew that the victory of Asiwaju, whatever others are contesting in court is not our concern, was a collective voting by Christians. In the first place, Benue State is over 90% Christian. Asiwaju won there. So will you say that there were no Christian votes? Rivers State, you will say there were no Christian votes, and you can go on and on and on and look at other states. So I don't even understand the argument. But you see, Nigerians must know why El-Rufai is doing what he is doing. And Nigerians need to understand the game behind all these comments. El-Rufai is up to something, and I'm going to say why he is doing this, so that Nigerians will understand and don't waste their time arguing and debating on a man who is up for an agenda that we will watch and see whether it will materialize.
All right. Okay. So I hear you that it's an agenda, and this is not new to particularly the Christian community in Kaduna State. But let's examine the weight of his statement. I'm sure you watched during the introduction where he said that even though you deny the fact that it wasn't just Muslims who voted for him, that the Christian community also contributed to his votes. A statement you made in 2019 as well, and you dissected the different parts of Kaduna State where they're majorly Christian who voted for the governor, Nasir El-Rufai. Now, he said that at the end of the day, it didn't matter anyway, having a Muslim team run for office during his tenure and now the new governor. What do you make of that? How strong is the Christian community in Kaduna State, the Christian Association of Nigeria, and what is the official position of the Christian Association of Nigeria in response to this video?
Let me put it this way. El-Rufai is fond of making these allegations and then turn out to water it down. In 2015, after the election, El-Rufai said in one of the television interviews that actually the Christian Southern Kaduna did not vote for him. Personally, I did not talk to him on phone. I went and sat one-on-one on him. Then I wasn't a camp chairman, and I confronted him. I gave him just 3 examples. One, in Jama'a local government of Kaduna State, the total vote cast that year was 86,000 votes. El-Rufai got 39,600, and the PDP candidate of that year got 40,000 or 40-something thousand 900. And I put it up to him. Why will you say that you didn't get the vote? And he apologized to me, and I said, truly, I got 47.8% of their vote. You can see the requirement he needed was just 25%, but he got over 47%. I even went further to tell him, Kachia local government, the total vote cast was around 60-something thousand. The difference between you and the other candidate was just 1,000 votes. So you got almost 49,000. He admitted it is true. In Sanga local, Kagarko local government, you even got that local government. And I went further to tell him about Kauru and others. And that ended the argument and the lies that he didn't get Christian votes. Even in 2029, because the requirement of the law is that you need to have 25% in two-thirds or one-third of the local governments. And he couldn't have gotten that without the local governments of Christians. But you see, I need to let Nigerians know, we have ever played this religious card. People are pretending I don't want to speak about it. Buhari, in all the 3 initial attempts he had to be president, played all these games, and it never worked on him. But because he had played that game, then he went into alliance with other political parties and eventually became president. El-Rufai is living in that dream that he could play this religious game and possibly also tomorrow become the president of Nigeria. And Nigerians are. So it's not the matter whether people are angry or whether the statements are weighty. El-Rufai is just talking about himself. El-Rufai has no respect for Islam. El-Rufai has no respect for even Islamic clerics. El-Rufai is just doing everything for himself to get what he wants and not about the religion and not about the people. And 2, El-Rufai is deliberately also setting a trap and setting a slippery ground for Bola Tinubu, because the moment these things became heated, then people will go to Bola Tinubu, but we know the difference between El-Rufai and Bola Tinubu and others. So I don't think there's anything Christian Association of Nigeria never for once, to my knowledge, announced that Christians should vote for Peter Obi, that Peter Obi is a Christian candidate. Nowhere. They were the same people buying young people, planting lies. I can give you an example. Reverend Hayab, right. I met with pastors and I analyzed the political situations with them before the election. Before I knew what was happening on social media, it was announced. Fortunately for me, it was announced positively that I said Christians should not even vote for Peter Obi. But I know how they were trying to misquote other Christian leaders to give a picture as if Christians were asking Christians to, if Christians had really asked Christians to vote a Christian candidate, the result of this election cannot be what it is now. But you know, since he's up to something, he's playing a game. What he will do is to confuse people, to set up Christians against Muslims, to set up Christians against the current government, and then he will stand to benefit tomorrow. Unfortunately, I will say to him, he has failed from the onset. He has actually proved to Nigerians that he is not even in the first place fit to be a leader. I think that was one of the problems in Nigeria. We give people power without testing their emotional stability, whether they are mentally all right to lead. But they get opportunity to lead and
Reverend Hayab, very quickly.
When he was DGDPE,
can you hear me?
Okay.
The second question, what is the official position of Christian Association of Nigeria? Are you speaking in your capacity, or are you speaking on behalf of CAN, of which you're chairman in Kaduna? What is the position in response to former Governor Nasir El-Rufai's statement? Just an official position.
Truly, if I want to say our simple response is that ignore the madman. Ignore the man who is calling for attention. Ignore the man who is up to a gimmick or to an agenda. Don't even take him serious. I believe, even if El-Rufai's son is the one who succeeds El-Rufai, he will not behave like El-Rufai. And I know Ubasani or whoever is in government now will definitely find a way of uniting the state and taking the state to a higher ground. If his Muslim ticket has actually succeeded, we wouldn't have had the killings we had in Kaduna, we wouldn't have the division we are having in Kaduna, we wouldn't have the problem we have in Kaduna. So there was no even success to record about. So El-Rufai is just trying to play game, and we don't even want to glorify his game. We simply see him as someone whose era and influence and power is over, but he wants to still be relevant, and he wants to bring up something that will give him relevance, because he knows that there are so many ignorant people around who may think that he's defending faith. But I can tell you, so many imams will remind him how he demolished their mosques, how he denied them even going to Mecca, how he maltreated them and never respected them as people of faith. So it's just politics to gain. I've said there was a precedent he is trying to take advantage of. But El-Rufai Buhari had some kind of 3 things you do not have. 1, Buhari was seen by the people at that time to be honest. Buhari was not a talkative and careless talking like you are. And Buhari was seen by people to some extent as someone who they can deal with. But 90% of the people know that everything you say is lies and only for your own game. So we will not fight Muslims, we will not accuse Muslims because we know El-Rufai is not speaking for them, and we know that Muslims will not think that way. The few ones that he has paid them money to go out and say as if it is a Muslim thing, we also know where they belong. We want a united Nigeria. We want a Nigeria that whoever we have given him mandate to lead should lead us as a people. The Constitution of Nigeria makes us citizens, not by religion or by tribe. We are citizens because we are Nigerians. So someone who have eating and becoming fat from our Commonwealth should not, because of selfishness, divide us and create unnecessary confusion. Nigerians must not take such a person serious, because if truth is to be told, he needs a little check at the psychiatric so that we'll be sure whether he's healthy.
Those are very strong words, Reverend Hayab. Those are very, very strong words. Help us understand, and you're a Christian and a Christian leader, so fairness is supposed to be one of the virtues of being a Christian. So be fair and have a look at the last 8 years of Malam Nasir El-Rufai and say to us, what were the good things done by his government, if there is any? And then what will be your expectation from the incoming, the new government? What will be your expectation that would help to create or right the wrongs of the previous administration, which is the administration of Malam Nasir El-Rufai? So 2 things. Do you have any good thing to say about his administration? Right. Do you have any good thing to say about his administration in the last 8 years? And what are the things that could be right or wrong? Yes.
You see, for every good thing El-Rufai ever did in his 8th year of Kaduna, he did it and injured and created another bad thing. I'll give you one example. El-Rufai constructed a lot of roads in Kaduna, but the roads themselves were just within the confines of where Muslims are, so that he will instigate Christians and make Christians angry. Let's quickly rush out from Kaduna. When El-Rufai came into power on the 29th of May 2015, El-Rufai started constructing a road between GT Bank in Barnawa to Television. It's less than a kilometer road. El-Rufai never finished that road for 7 years. It took 7 years. The fact about it is that he abandoned that road, scattered everything. But he quickly went to the north and constructed so many roads. What was the reason? Probably to provoke reaction. And the Christians, who are always patient, who always believe that the right time, this was one of the examples I used to give people at that time. I say, let him refuse to construct the road. A time will come that he has finished constructing all the roads among his Muslim brothers, and he will have no option than to construct a road from the Christian community. What will happen is that by the time he constructs roads in Christian community, they will now become new roads, and the roads he has constructed for the past 7 years in the Muslim community will become old roads. And that was exactly what happened. Go to Kafanchan and see the construction that he even attempted to do. He went exclusively to dominated areas that are Muslims and do roads. But larger part of Kafanchan that are Christians, go and see it, not what I say. Go and see it, and you will know what I'm saying is true. So he did construct road using the Oba Renewal Project, but he also just used it to create division and suspicion among people. But you see, that is by the way. You can't travel from Kafanchan now to Kwei. The road is terrible. He didn't do anything about it. You can't travel from Jere to Marabang Kubacha. The road is terrible. He didn't do anything about it. And that's the road that people travel from Gombe, travel from Jos, another place, to pass through Kaduna State to Abuja. He didn't care. But he was just trying to do things to play this game, and that's why he's saying what he saw on video. So what you think was good for him, the construction of roads, was actually just to stir up even sentiment. If he had built schools, go to Christian communities and see whether he built schools. Government is about the people, about the state. It's not about the religion. So this whole gimmick, we understand it. And I know the Muslims in Kaduna State are smarter. They are wiser. They know the truth. And they know who he is. So I am not even going to start any fight thinking negatively about my Muslim neighbor because of someone that I know is completely selfish, is a liar, his worldview is divide and rule.
Reverend Ayab, I think you've had enough in terms of your right of reply.
Yes, Abati.
Yeah, but a word of caution. I mean, this is the morning show. we don't use certain strong words on this program. You know, calling people names and all of that. If you could restrain yourself. I know that this is a very emotional subject for you.
If he can say what he said about my faith, and I have an opportunity to tell him that we watch and have listened,
yes.
I understand your right of reply, and he can come and reply if what we say is
but
not true.
you use the word madman and all that. We don't use that here because we are not psychiatrists.
Yes, of course. If someone do not act in his senses, can you give me a better word to describe someone who is not acting as sensible?
No, please. No name calling in that fashion. Okay? But let's move beyond this. This whole thing about religious persecution, religious conflict was not created by Nasir El-Rufai. He didn't create it. This is a problem that this country has been grappling with. Not just in Kaduna State.
I didn't get you.
No, I'm saying that Nasir El-Rufai did not invent religious conflict or bigotry. It's a major problem. It's been part of the Nigerian story or even ethnic conflict. Now, as someone, you know, who is a leader in your own right.
I've lost you, Abati. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me though? No.
Okay, we lost the audio connection with him. We'll take a short break. Welcome back to the morning show here on the Arise News channel. Our guest is still Reverend John Joseph Hayab, chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria in Kaduna State. And he's been, you know, responding to some of the statements made recently by former governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, with regard to relationship between Muslims and Christians and the phenomenon of Muslim ticket in Kaduna State and also at the federal level. Reverend Hayab, can you hear us from the studio here now in Lagos?
Yeah, I can hear you now, Abati. Thank you very much.
Very good. I hope you got the point I made earlier on about how to just moderate the choice of words.
No, I actually didn't hear what you said. Can you say it again?
No, I was saying, look, on this program, you know, we try to be careful not to use such strong words as madman, selfish man, liar, and all that. You're entitled to your right of reply, but if you could avoid, you know, direct personal attacks, argumentum ad hominem, they call it. Okay. And I was saying that Nasir El-Rufai, no matter how provocative what he said was, you know, didn't invent religious or ethnic bigotry. The larger question is, how do we address that challenge in Nigeria? Because it's been there, despite the existence of bodies like NIREC, which you are very familiar with, and similar bodies to promote interreligious dialogue and a culture of tolerance. Why is it that those structures have failed, if I may use that strong expression? You know, and what can we do now that we have a new government in place?
Not that those structures have failed. I think those structures, the way they were designed, was to just give a platform for religious leaders to meet and talk. Whether we like it or not, you must give it to the...
My people, now the video now on a new watch finish, so on a see what it happen for inside the video. All right, my people, I go like to end the video for you. Make una let me know waiting on a thing for the comment section, and if una never subscribe, make una subscribe to my YouTube channel so that una no go miss any latest gist way I upload. And those of una will be see una never follow my Facebook page, make una follow so that una no go see miss any latest gist way I upload. And bye bye till I come on our next time. Bye guys, see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.